There's a difference between having a job in television and owning television, between showing up to someone else's set and building your own empire, between being given a platform and constructing the entire stage and talking the lights, the audience, and the vision. Some people work in media. Some people become the media. If you've watched Nigerian television over the past 2 decades, you would know her work, Inside Out with Agatha. But here's what makes her story very different. She didn't just host the show. She created it, produced it, owned it, and built a phenomenal, resounding brand that stood out for sure. This is the Green Room Diaries, where we excavate the stories beneath the success, where we talk about everything in between, the financial risks, the sleepless nights, the moments of doubt that don't make the highlight reel. I'm your host, Adiola Kingsley James, and today's conversation is for every woman who's tired of asking for permission and ready to build her own table. Because Agatha didn't wait for the industry to make a space for her vision. She created the space and then she invited everyone in to eat on the table with her. Welcome, Sissy.
I was listening to you and saying, who is she talking about? But thank you for that lovely introduction.
It's you we're talking about. And so one of the things that I hear a lot when they asking questions is, tell us a little about yourself. We're doing it different here. Tell us a lot about yourself.
Where do I start from?
Anywhere.
I started pretty early, I guess, at a time when TV was not as sophisticated as it is now. I remember that when I started the talk show, Inside Out, I think Mofe Damijo had tried to do something.
Okay.
Maybe for about 6 months, but it didn't work out because it was very difficult terrain at the time. I think that was the closest. But most of what they had on air was like call-in shows. There was no audience-based anything. And I was a fan of talk shows. I mean, and a lot of people are quick to say Oprah. For me, it wasn't Oprah because even Oprah wasn't that big at the time. You had people like Sally Jassy Raphael, Ricky Lake. I'm trying to remember all the names that existed at that time who were in that business abroad. And I really used to follow their shows. Same as a lot of people don't seem to realize that Mofe Damijo had started it, but didn't do it for a long time. There are a lot of people who have never heard these names I'm mentioning, and for them, the icon is Oprah, you know, but that is how life goes. So when I decided that I wanted to try my hand, so to speak, into it, I looked around. There was no studio. There was nothing available that we could use. And the closest we came to was a classroom.
Wow.
So we did start in 1997.
Wow.
In Unilag, Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, using a classroom.
Wow.
There was no proper studio, so every time we wanted to record, we had to cover the windows with black curtains, yes, and build a set, part neighbor. We would build a set, and at the end of the recording, we'll take it down and then come back and do that again. And there was no changing room. So there was a balcony, and my makeup artist, Juliet, and then now I hear that her assistant then, who started on my face, being Peo Nokoya, is one of the biggest things in the makeup industry now.
Yes.
And they would hold a wrapper, and I would change outside on the balcony and then come into the classroom to record. We did that for several years. And for me, it was just a passion. Inside Out was really dealing with issues. I felt like the average Nigerian was not heard and did not have a voice and could not... I mean, so Inside Out did then what social media is doing now.
Right.
So people would bring their problems. Pensioners came to my office and they just said to me, Madam, we need you to follow us. And I followed them to somewhere they took me to, and a lot of pensioners were out on the streets begging because they hadn't been given money. This was, over 20-something years ago, but I do remember that episode because we started it with the national anthem. And the line that stood out for me was, the labor of our heroes past
shall not be in vain.
Shouldn't be in vain. And then here, the kind of money that some of these, our grandfathers were being owed was ridiculous. I think one of the first times that I realized how powerful the program was that after that show, they were called to Aso Rock.
Oh, wow.
And they called me and they told me. And for me, that was important because it made me really realize the power of what I held. And so it sort of became a platform where people could come to get justice.
Got it.
And I had to deal with so many issues. So I got a lot of threats. I remember there was a woman many years ago, her husband set her on fire.
Oh, no.
And then disappeared. And we had to raise money to send her abroad, get the husband arrested. I've dealt with issues of the rape of a minor, and then the guy, because he has money, wants to pay 50,000 and let it go. Sometimes people will now come to you and say, what's your business?
Exactly.
Why
What concern you?
What concern you? Because you're not letting it go. There's so many memories that just come flooding back to me as I talk about this and the journey I had over 20-something plus years and the kind of issues that I have had to deal with and the kind of feedback I've gotten. There was a man who came to my office, I don't remember how many years ago, and he was painting my office. Usually I'm not supposed to be there, but I was there on a Saturday, and the guy would paint, pause and look at me. Paint, pause and look at me.
Should I not?
Yes. Then finally he just decides he should. So he now says, sorry, ma. The person that I think you are was very slim, but I'm looking at you and he still looks like you. Please, are you that woman that used to be on TV? And I looked at him and I smiled because I noticed that
He kept on,
stealing
glances.
So I looked at him and I said, which woman? He said, one woman like this, one small woman that used to do one TV show like that with people, that people will be talking. So I said to him, Inside Out. He said, thank you, ma. That's the program. And so I said, yes.
Wow.
And then he shocked me. He went flat on the ground and started crying. And I had never met him before. And so I said to him, why? He said, thank you, ma. You are the reason why I'm doing this job I'm doing now. So I was like, really? He said, let me tell you small of my story. They brought me to Lagos. I was staying with family. Then they accused me of stealing. And I was not the one who stole. I didn't take their thing, but they drove me out. And I did not have anywhere to go. So I decided that instead of me to go back to the village, let me go cook it myself.
Oh, wow.
So what happened was he was waiting for night time.
So that he can do something.
Can find what to do and nobody will. And then he sits in an open, like a bar or something. And then he told me, he said it was on a Sunday. And that's so he was watching it on channels.
Yes.
He now said to me, he said, and then my program came on. Honestly, between you and I don't even remember the title of the topic.
Oh, wow.
But he said, on that topic, I had 4 people who were telling their story. And one of the men talked about how the guy does small jobs or something for big companies and he had made money. And the guy talked about how he got his first job and how he went for his first interview. He walked to the interview, very long distance, because he didn't have money.
Transport money.
And then when he got to the venue to pitch for them to give him the job for their event,
He had to settle.
he went into the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Washed his face. brought out what he wanted to wear, changed in their bathroom, wore a suit, and then went for the interview.
Wow.
And he got that job. And essentially, he heard 4 different stories.
And so that he was not alone.
So that he of people who started from nothing. And he felt they were talking to him. And that I said something that stayed with him till that day. I didn't remember, but he remembered.
As always.
I said, don't let where you are now determine where you can go in life. That whatever situation you are in, it is just a starting point of you knowing that you can leave it. He said, and after that episode, he looked around him and he saw a church.
Right in front
of him. And he walked in there and he told them he doesn't have anywhere to go, nowhere to sleep. And he had this bag and that he can work. And that was how he started living in that church.
Oh.
And he was cleaning their chairs, their tables. He was very diligent in the job that the pastor now started helping him. As at that day when he spoke to me, the paint he was using to paint my office was his product. Wow. That is how far he had come from there. It was from staying in that church. They gave him a room there. He lived there for over a year while gathering money. And then they started paying him.
Wow.
And that day he saw me. He was married with 2 children, running a business of his own. Now, what I learned, like I always say to people, Inside Out was an education that no school could have given me.
Absolutely.
No school. Over the 20-something years that I did that, I heard a lot. I learned a lot. It shaped me. It changed my value system. Where I know that everything that you have in life is a privilege. Hard work is good, but that's not what gets you where you're going. It's grace. So I always say to people, I don't work hard. The people who work hard are bricklayers.
Absolutely. And
they carpenters.
Yes.
Grace brought me this far.
Yeah.
And that was a big lesson I took away. In fact, it became very difficult for me at the time to spend money on luxuries, things that other people would, not because I didn't have it, because I would look at it and say,
there are people who need
this. Do you understand? I was paying school fees. I was talking to Mariah the other day on her show because, again, when she started, Mariah was gracious enough to have me as her first guest. And she was asking me the question, and she said, Auntie, do you sometimes, does the show affect you where you find out that everything about your life, everything
it's
you
about
own?
people.
I said, yes. Yeah. That is how you know you're doing what God has called you to do. Because it's no longer about you. It's not about fame or popularity. You're doing it because it is a passion. It is a vocation. It becomes your life.
And also service.
Yes,
service to humanity. Yes, which is your mission.
That's your vocation. Yeah. So you everything about you. It was a case of, it was so bad that if I go to a restaurant, I'll calculate the money and I'll say,
this one can feed.
This one can feed. It was really bad that people
they started noticing, say, relax.
Even my children, I said, Mommy, please have a life. Have a life. You know, I would say, it's economy I'm flying because the front of the plane and the back of the plane is the same time. And this extra money can pay somebody's school fees. My entire life became about that.
Yeah.
And so it shaped the person that I became or that I even am now.
Absolutely.
Where there are not a lot of things that matter to me. But here's what I found out. Even as you do the things you do, God will still provide for you.
100%.
All those things that you think you don't want to spend money on, you will still get them.
100%.
Yeah.
And because... You know, people look at the seed. We use this sentence, what you sow is what you reap. But it's not very correct. What you sow is what you reap, yes. But what you sow is what you reap further. You reap more than you sow.
Yeah,
because that seed continues to germinate and continues to produce.
I honestly believe so.
Yeah.
Because even though I haven't been on TV for, over 10 years, I'm still reaping.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, see this young guy who says you've changed his life.
Oh, I get all the stories. I'm at a bank or somebody walks up to me and says, "Ma, I grew up watching you. Everything that my mom, even up till yesterday, I met somebody who said to me, my mom would love to meet you. They used to make us watch your program like there was an exam on it so we could learn a lot of life values and just learn about ourselves, you know? And that for me is very heartwarming.
Absolutely.
Because you're doing what you're doing in your little corner. And
Not knowing.
Yes.
And it wasn't a time where there was social media.
Do you understand? There was no phone.
Exactly.
There was no phone. Let's not say social media.
Because social media is still current.
We started with pager.
Kai.
Where somebody will beep. And then you get your message. You can't even respond. Before we even talked about phones that were just limited to particular areas.
And those box phones and all of that.
Do you understand? Yeah. So for me, it really has been a privilege to have done what I did for as long as I did.
I will pick different things from what you said. So first of all, you went from that to building a TV channel. Tell us about that. Because first of all, the audacity that you had to start this show. So yes, Mrs. Mofedamijo had something, but it wasn't something that anybody remembers.
True, they remember her more as a publisher.
Exactly, and also as RMD's wife, as we call it, because I don't even know why we do that thing. Somebody is successful on their own, but you connect
very
it to.
Successful.
She was extremely. I remember her.
I mean, I remember her column Me and You, and a lot of what she was doing. I mean, she made publishing even funky.
Look cool.
Yeah, it was funky.
But you know, it'll be interesting to look at some of her work and even talk about it so that we can even celebrate it. Yeah. Because, you know, like you said, Oprah is the person that everybody's talking about, but there are a lot of people before Oprah. And yes, Oprah has made it really cool, Black woman, and we support and we all of that. But there are people who started it before she did that we're not talking about. But let's even bring it home to Africa. I'm sure there are people, and if you didn't mention Mrs. May, I would not even have remembered her. But I know that she existed, and I remember her then, and I know that she,
Classic
she had some
magazine.
work. Yes, exactly. So, I mean, the audacity to follow through with what she started and how you then took it to where you took it to in the 20 or so years that you did it. Not many women had and still have that audacity. Like you said, you couldn't have been prepared for where it took you and how it created the big person that you've become. But what made you just wake up one morning and think, I think I'm going to do my own? Because it started somewhere. Where did it start from?
So first of all, let me say that it was the fact that I love talk shows, and when I travel, I was totally addicted to Ricky Lake.
Okay.
I loved her.
Okay.
Ricky Lake, Sally Jesse Raphael, those were the two people that sort of inspired me. And then I remember, because at the time I was married, and I was married to somebody in TV. And I remember just asking, why don't we have any talk show in Nigeria? It was just a conversation, because I kept seeing Alibaba had this show on air where people call.
Okay.
That was what interaction was about, having people call in. Yeah, they had quite a few call-in shows. And so I asked Fred then, and I said, why is there no audience-based show? Why? Why can't you get instant feedback from people? And
real life.
Yes. And because, I mean, if they're doing in America, they have it in London, in the UK. Why don't we have it? And we had a conversation. And I was like, I want to try it. I might not know the technicals, but I know what I want to see. Because this is something that I love. So if you can work out the technical details for me,
I would.
I know what I have an idea of what I want to do. And that was how that journey started. It was a bit difficult for them. Technically, I remember Tadio Gidon, Kingsley Ogoro, everybody was there trying to figure it out. In my very naive way, I didn't know how it looked easy.
When you see it, eh?
Yeah. Do you understand? It looks easy. I've never been one to be put off. So I don't think about the difficulty.
Right.
If somebody has done it,
then it
and
can be done.
somebody is doing it, then it can be done. That's how I choose to see life. And then another thing with me is I don't see gender.
Right.
I don't look at myself as I'm a woman.
Right.
I look at myself as a practitioner.
Right.
So if I don't even see that all the people doing it are misters and I'm the only miss or Mrs.
Right.
I look at it at, if these people are doing it, let me go and gist with them. So I'm comfortable. I can enter a room and be the only female and I will not see it. So I do not see those limitations.
Right.
A lot of my colleagues, mostly male, see that I am about work and I don't give excuses. Right. If you're working with me, you'll probably get tired before me, whether you're male or female. Because we will keep doing it until it's
done, right?
It has to be done.
Yes, and right.
If I have to stay up overnight to get a job done, I will stay up overnight and get the job done. After that, I will crash for 2 days. But you see, that job will get it done. And so for everything that I've ever achieved or done, maybe with the benefit of hindsight now, I can say to myself, why did you get yourself into that? But at that moment, I do not see difficulty or limitations.
Right.
I first of all throw myself in, then start to figure it out.
Yes, so at deep end.
Yes. And somehow
and I will finish it.
We have to finish it. You know? Right. And that is my attitude towards anything.
And then you went from having your own program and, influencing all the lives that you did, and then thought to yourself, okay, let me stop thinking for you. Let me ask you, how did you then think about coming up with your own channel? And radio channel as well.
Okay,
how did that come about?
So I was just following my passion.
Okay.
Which is my need to communicate, to give people a voice, and to change lives.
Right.
Or touch lives. That was the vision for the program.
Right.
Give people an avenue to vent, to tell their truth, to challenge authority.
And get justice.
Looking back, it was something that its time had come. A lot of people wanted to be able to talk. And then social media has even amplified that now. So that was just the start. So after doing that for 21, 22 years, I realized that there was 2 things that happened to me. The excitement was no longer there. It became a job. I don't know if that makes sense.
Completely.
It became a job.
Yeah. The fun of it.
Yes, the fun of it, the wanting to get up every day and just go and get things done had sort of reduced.
Right.
It was now a struggle.
Right.
Secondly, over the years I had done it, I found out that I was dealing a lot with women and youth issues.
Okay.
It just generally took that. So it became obvious that they were the people who were marginalized and who did not have representation. So I found myself doing a lot of things that involved women and young people. And by the time I got to the 20-something year, I realized I wasn't communicating with young people in their language.
Because communication only takes place when the other person receives it.
Exactly.
Not when you give it.
Exactly. I was talking to a different generation, but I wasn't speaking their language. And I realized that. And maybe that is why it became a job. It became something I really had to struggle to do. So I knew it was time to
morph. Got it.
I knew it was time to morph because the program is about people. It's not about me. There's no script. There was no script for Inside Out. It's on the go.
Interesting.
No, you can't use the script. You don't know what people are going to say. People have fought on the set. Like,
I remember seeing some fights.
People fight. People get up and walk away and come back. And who do you think you are talking to?
Yes.
Who do you think you are? Somebody will get up and answer you. So you can't have a script. You just let them. That is their space. And no matter how stupid you think somebody sounds, there are like 100 other people who agree with him.
100%.
So you really just have to allow people. And you hope that at the end of the day, when this person listens to other people, they would realize, that's again, it's not a given. He may or may not realize that he doesn't make sense. It's like you're talking about adoption and somebody gets up and says, I can't. How does anybody adopt? What if the person has madness in his family?
Their family lineage? Yeah.
And he believes it.
Yeah.
And he says, don't bring a stranger into your house.
Yeah.
And he's talking to another family that have adopted.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to clash.
Of course. Of course.
There's no way they will not clash.
Of course. Because don't talk about my child like
Exactly. And he's saying, you don't know the kind of person you have gone to bring into your house. You better return that child to where you got the child from.
Meanwhile, these ones have been looking for a child
Do you
for
understand?
20 years.
Because he doesn't understand their pain.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why a lot of women hide before they will fake pregnancy to go and adopt.
Yeah.
Because they don't want that stigma.
Yeah.
And you're bringing it out because you want to show the man that what you're saying doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if you tell him directly that what you're saying doesn't make sense,
It's fight.
first of all, you can't even reach him. But you're hoping that you can bring superior arguments.
Yes. Yes.
So this was the essence of the program. And then you get to a point where you're not achieving the kind of results you want to achieve, which means you're not communicating. What it means is that it's time to take a step back. And what happened was that I now did a competition called The Search, where we're looking for a younger person
to take
over.
Right.
And we got a very good young lady.
Oh, nice.
Don't say nice.
Okay. I take nice back.
Take it back. Who did a fantastic job, but had a bad attitude.
Oh.
And so it got to a stage where I had to put everything on hold and just let her leave out her contract. She did a fantastic job. She was communicating along with them. There were two of them now hosting the show we just tweaked it a bit, but it was really good.
It started working.
It started working before it stopped.
Right.
And after I did that, I just realized that the person, beyond being a good presenter, has to understand the vision. And because I didn't find, and that's why I'm happy Mariah is doing what she's doing now, because her head is in the right place. It is a vocation. I keep saying that.
It is.
Every other thing will be added on, but first the heart must be in the right place.
Yeah.
And that was what occurred to me. That I might get the right presenter who doesn't even understand why she's doing what she's doing.
And then there's a misalignment.
The person is believing I'm now a celebrity, you know?
Yeah.
And so I stopped.
Yeah.
And so what I then decided to do was to create a bigger platform that is focused on youth and women. And then I made it interactive. Right. What makes Rave TV different, or Trend FM in Asaba different, is the fact that there's 100% interaction. All the programs go live.
Right.
Whether you're on Facebook, you're on the internet, Skype, whatever, you can get your comments and your contributions real time.
Right.
Calls will come in. That, for me, and then you now have young people running things who have been properly trained, because I try and make sure that we train the people who come before they go.
Right.
And so you have people who never had any inkling about media coming into that space, learning and then handling things. And that gave me a lot of satisfaction.
Right.
Still does.
Right.
In fact, right now I have a new set that we're training.
You said so.
Yes, and we've been, after auditions, they're learning. You see them taking notes. They've been to media schools and stuff, and then in a class in one day, and they're saying, we've never heard that before. So I'm wondering, what did they
teach you there?
What did they teach you there? And this is up until a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And we're taking them on the different aspects of broadcast, and even marketing, packaging. As a presenter, you're also a producer.
Absolutely.
You should be able to write scripts.
Absolutely.
You should be able to tell a
Edit
story.
a little.
You must know a bit of everything. You're not just a pretty face to come and sit down, which is what I see that a lot of them think. You should be able to put your program together. There must be research. You must come back before you even go on air. You must have an idea, a script, something.
That
Don't
you're
just
working
start to
with.
wing it. I've seen a lot of very substandard, very, for want of a better word, half-baked people.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, they're writing books.
Absolutely.
And then they are
become
giving
authors.
master classes.
Yes.
And I'm like, what are they?
In what?
Even as I am, I'm still learning. Somebody who came in 5 years ago is offering a master class to teach what? I don't understand. And then, honestly,
Oh my goodness.
I try not to talk.
No, but you need me.
Because it shocks me.
Yes, these things need to be said.
So I'm going to try not to mention any names.
Yes,
I went
please.
for an event.
Okay.
And I saw this young lady. They said she was emceeing. And they told me how she's one of the best. And we're sitting down. This young lady.
I'm sure.
I
almost feel like I know who you're talking about.
First of all, she has not asked the organizers to give her people's names to recognize.
Oh, no.
They keep coming to whisper to
In
her
ear.
as she's talking. She calls
the wrong names,
not just the wrong names, the wrong titles.
Oh my goodness.
A traditional ruler, she mentioned him by his first name.
Oh, wow.
A traditional ruler. A pastor. In fact, the whole thing was just, and I'm just looking. And I'm like,
the best?
Who gave her a microphone? If Uncle Bisi Olatilo or Uncle Sonny Arabo was here, she's dead. they will take it from her.
Yeah.
They will take it from her. Nobody's going to let. And they said, oh, she has massive following. I'm like, is that what it's about? That's not the worst part. She tells us all to rise for opening prayers. And then she proceeds to do the opening prayer.
By herself.
By herself. Meanwhile,
a pastor
was there. Not just that a pastor was there. The pastor was brought there to come and do the opening prayer.
So she was not just the MC, she was the pastor.
And then when she finished, they came to tell her in front of all of us that, Auntie, you should not have done the opening prayer. There's a pastor here to do it. Instead of her to apologize, said, well, God listens to prayers, like you can do 2-3 prayers. And I'm like, no, this is my profession. Who is this? Who is this? Tomorrow she's giving a master class.
Oh.
Not even just tomorrow. They said she has even given master class.
So we are late. So the reason why I'm actually happy that you mentioned what you've mentioned, because we're going to go there. First of all, I'm an industry baby. So
from mommy and daddy.
From my mommy and daddy. So I've watched actors from Uncle Olu, Jacobs, and the likes all the way down. I mean, I watched all of them interact with my dad and my mom. I've seen them in their profession. I mean, what's the name of this? Peter Doce, in his prime. I've seen all those people, Auntie Joke and the rest of them, Tenya Ofiebi. I mean, literally Uncle Sonny and Bisi Olatilo, Uncle Bisi and the rest of them. And I'm looking at, is it that the baton wasn't passed over with talents and skill? Or is it that we thought, because I'm going to add myself to this clique of new school, and say, did we think, these guys are too old, they don't really know that much, but we know better. We're going to come with our own vibes and inshallah, as they call it, and we're just going to flow, forgetting that there was something that made you guys solid, right? My mom has done 50 years in the media. And I've not seen her skill watered down. In fact, she's almost like she's upping it and upping it and upping it. And then I look at some of the younger ones now and who just think, I just need long hair and, a little bit of coloring and discoloring here and there. And then, I just need to be able to speak English. It doesn't matter whether it's Chinese mixed with Japanese mixed with American English and add Igbo in it. I mean, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying that the amount of the lack of skill and color that we see now, do you cringe? Just like you mentioned this event, have you walked up to any of them and said, you know what, come, let's train you. Let me train you the person
first of all has to think that they
don't know.
Training.
Okay, all right.
The person, because you see, so what social media has done is that it has given a lot of people a false sense,
right,
of their own importance.
Yes.
A couple of days ago, I heard that somebody had 50 million views. He came to Nigeria. I don't know him.
Right.
I don't even remember the name of the person. But he has 50 million views. You can't discount that.
Right.
So there are 50 million people. I don't know what he does. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But he has 50. I'm sure if I went online, I wouldn't get 1 million views.
Yeah.
This guy has 15 million views, which makes him a voice.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, as he has realized he's a voice, and this is not talking about him in particular, I'm just saying generally.
Of course.
As he has realized he's a voice, is he going to bother to better his craft, whatever his craft is? Is he going to try to ensure that he's on top of his game? Or is he going to now assume
He has arrived.
he has arrived? The truth is, most of the time they assume they have arrived.
Yeah.
I just feel like we have lowered our standards, and it's all over the world.
All over the world, absolutely.
It's all over the world, where we have a set of people who don't believe that they have to have excellence in what they do. They just need whatever it takes to get to where they want to be. And once they've reached there, they're not even going to bother to make it better.
Get better, right.
Because there's no need. So money has taken the place of excellence and professionalism.
Right.
That's where we are, and that is the problem that we see now. So everybody is now a media person. Everybody is a broadcaster.
legend.
Everybody is a, what do they call it? The people who do masterclass. What are they now? They are
Coaches.
They are life coaches.
Life coaches.
There is no need to go to any school to be
Right.
a life coach. What
Right.
you need to do is just gather from a few of your friends,
Right.
use them as example,
Yeah.
get the likes,
Yeah.
and you are a master
Yeah. In your class.
in your class. Do you understand? I attended an event and I was listening to some young people on the panel talk about how we have failed. We have, that's
Your generation.
yeah, okay.
And
probably my-
upwards.
Yes. How we have not left anything for them. How, they bashed. And I listened. The next panel was ours.
Okay.
So the first thing I said to them is how easy it is to talk. I said, first of all, I need for all of them to remove their phones. Don't use your phone for 1 hour. Imagine a world
Without it.
without telephones, where if you want to see someone, you must first of all go and look for them.
If they're not at home.
If they are not home, you turn
go
back
back.
and go back and go and try again.
Of course.
Where the only source of information is TV or radio as far as it can get.
From 4 p.m.
From 4 p.m. to 10, or if you're lucky, midnight. Then that you are on TV. You're on TV. Oh. You have to drive to that place.
Absolutely.
Do that recording.
Drive back home.
Drive back home.
Go and do all your extra recordings to add to the recording that will be put on air.
I said to them, I said, it is easy
Yeah.
to criticize when you've not worn a person's shoes.
Yeah.
Very easy. Now you can call. Now you can carry your phone. If you decide you want to just talk any rubbish,
Anything.
you just put on your phone.
And press record.
Press record.
And you're live.
Post it. You can send it and somebody in London will call you.
100%.
So you cannot understand
where
what
we're
I am
coming
saying.
from. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Where for you to be seen or heard, you must have done your homework. Now, that is as far as communication goes. Then you talk about the environment in which you were operating, which was military regime, where you cannot, you dare not even talk.
They're coming to carry
They
you
will come
next.
and carry you. And then some of us were still talking.
Yes. And you were getting death threats.
Some of them now, when they come and carry them, they start to apologize
Please
online.
forgive us.
We are sorry. They can't even stand for what they believe.
Yeah.
Except they are hiding behind
Yeah,
a phone.
The phone, absolutely.
90% of those on the internet have no identity.
Yeah.
Can tell you anything.
90%? I think it's more.
They can tell you anything, say anything. If you bring them in front of you,
They
they can't
can't.
open their mouth. Everybody's a commentator.
Yeah.
Everybody's an analyst.
Yeah.
Everybody is a
strategist.
professional. Everybody is, you can be anything you want to
Online.
be.
Yes.
You can go and stand beside somebody's car. Wear one fine cloth.
Borrow the cloth. Safe.
post, and
I
it
say-
will become your reality for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you
Yeah.
and thinking
As
this
their
person has
idol.
arrived. And then the person will leave that photograph and go into their one-bed apartment, face me, I face you.
With 7 people inside, though.
Do you understand? But what he has posted gives
Yeah.
the impression
That.
that he's living a good life.
Yeah.
And that is what a lot of other people are looking at to judge their own success. I feel for this generation because what is supposed to be good is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Because it is good that the advancement, the
absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely.
And I think what makes it bad on this side of town is that we're doing this without proper grounding. We have a generation who feel entitled but don't even know what they're entitled to.
Right.
They want to be Western, yet they want to be Nigerian.
Explain that.
When it comes to certain things, they like the Western attitude.
Right.
But when it comes to other things, they like the Nigerianness. And let me explain.
Please.
They want freedom.
Okay.
They want to be able to do what they want.
When they want.
When they want, how they
How
want.
they want.
That is supposed to come with, that is independence without responsibility.
Right.
Abroad, if you live with your parents, you pay part of the bills.
Of course. As long as you're working.
As long as you're working, you
Yep.
will split
You
rent.
pay
you will
rent,
split.
yes.
You cannot tell your mother to leave what she's doing and come and take care of your child.
Yes.
Because you just
100%.
had a baby.
Who sent you?
When you are abroad, you learn to be individual.
Yeah.
So you can demand certain things
Yeah.
and live a certain way.
Yeah.
But a Nigerian child wants to use his father's car,
Yes. Where is
eat
father's
free
clothes?
food, and be independent.
Yes. Impossible.
How?
As they say.
How? You can't choose which half to like and which half to leave. If you say this is what you want to do, then go the whole hog. And then you hear them say life is still hard. Okay, so if I'm paying your bills, you still want to be independent. You want to live under my roof and then talk to me anyhow. That's not how it happens where it happens now.
Yes. You can
The
only
reason
talk
why
when
they
you-
talk anyhow is because they don't send you. They're living their lives. They're paying their bills. But you cannot be in my house eating free food. He's sitting in my car. You have not bought tire. And you still want to be Oyibo. How?
It's a hotel.
Do you understand? That's what I mean. And that's just using one example.
Yeah.
But you find a lot of these things where it is confusing.
Yeah.
You know? And it's we parents sometimes we're also a problem.
I was going to say
because and I'll use the female gender.
Please.
You will say to your daughter, do well, come first in school. Do you know this? Then once she has reached a stage in life,
that. Marry.
no, it's not even marry.
Okay.
So maybe she has just graduated from masters and she now says, I want to do PhD, you know, and she's very intelligent. The next thing you hear, and it's the mother.
Yes.
Who will marry you? First
Exactly.
marry. When you marry,
Then
go
your
and
husband.
do PhD. Or you get to a level of achievement,
Yeah.
then they'll start to tell you, slow down.
Relax.
Slow down. Because
No
you won't
man.
find any man who will be willing. So they start to tell you to reduce. All your life, they've been
Yeah.
telling you,
Big
excel.
up.
Excel. Excel. Then you get to a certain age, they say, okay, stop excelling.
It's enough.
Your
Yeah,
only
they
goal
said
in
enough.
life now is to find
Marry.
a man.
Yeah.
When you find a man, when you're in your husband's house,
House.
then you can start to achieve the rest of the things. Confusing
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah. But that's not the same for the boy child.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The reason why a lot of marriages are collapsing now is that the women are changing, but the men are not.
not.
The young girls are now realizing through westernization
Yeah.
and all that is happening that I can be anything I want to be,
Absolutely.
you know? And the man is saying, because that's his training from his mother,
Yes.
most of the time from
And
his
the
mother.
Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Yes. So because you, as a mother, you enter the house is untidy. Your son is playing computer game. The girl is sitting. You're not go. You just turn and face. Why is this house so untidy? You have not asked him anything.
Yeah.
No. I'm
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
My son is sitting out there.
Watching
My daughter is
TV.
sitting
Yeah.
out there.
You call the
You
girl.
will call the girl to come and join you in the
Yeah.
kitchen. What
And
you have
leave
said
the
to the
boy.
boy is cooking is not for you.
Yeah.
It's only for the girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you keep doing these things, and then when he gets out there and he's meeting the new generation young lady, you say, today I don't feel like cooking.
We all eat, so let's all cook.
If you can't cook, order out. But your mother has told you that it is
you are the lion of the tribe of
job to cook. Wala has already started, and that's the generation we're in. And so women also need to do better. There's so much. There's really so much, you know. A lot of us are guilty, and it's because of our own training as well.
Absolutely. It's like we are passing the baton on. I've seen you in certain programs that I didn't think you needed to be there, but you were there just to, what new knowledge can I get, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just do stuff spontaneously, like, okay, let me find out what's happening now, you know? It is so important to have women tell their own stories their own way. That not every stepmother is a witch.
No.
There are plenty of good, fantastic stepmothers.
Yeah.
Not every
mother-in-law
wishes that her daughter-in-law. I'm a mother-in-law. I'm the best there is. I say it. My daughter-in-law prefers to stay with me.
I'm sure.
So we need those. I mean, I'm not saying there's no bad,
of
but
course.
why is the good swept under the carpet?
Yeah.
It's not every young girl that follows a rich man for money. Some of them actually
have sense.
Have sense. There are many women who are richer than their husbands.
100%.
Plenty.
They just don't show it.
They just don't show it. They use wisdom. There is a need to balance the representation. And that was why when I watched Bolanle of St. Peter's Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, I was happy. Because there are a lot of women, even in history, that have not been represented. And I think that young women today need to hear and see that there are models that they can copy and they can be proud of. And for me, the greatest and the best way to get messages across to a large number of people at the same time is media.
Yeah.
And so we need to have proper representation in the media. And that is why an organization like FWIFT and WIFT Worldwide is very important. Because what we find is that when you do not do what is popular, it is usually difficult to sell.
Yeah.
You will hear people tell you that this is just a kidney story. There has to be the wicked woman. Where is the wicked woman in the... But what if there's no wicked woman?
What if everybody was okay?
What if there really isn't a wicked woman? Why won't a story... I mean, they tell good stories abroad. Why can't the story be just because the woman was good?
Yeah. And life happened.
And on her wedding day, she decides that her stepmother is the one she's going to pay tribute to, not even her dad. And it happens in real life. So it's not as if we're picking things off the sky.
100%.
Why can't the good stories be amplified as examples for others to follow?
I find that a lot of times we don't tell the truth about our situation. Of course, what will people say? I want to be seen as a particular kind of person. And I think that we need to actually come out and start telling the truth about where we're at, our struggles, some of the things that we're facing, and be saying it in real time. Don't only say it when you have left. Because most times in real time, we're saying, we're the best.
Something else.
Yes.
Women and mentorship.
Yeah.
And also to have women as women's best friends. Because
that's powerful.
So let me say, as I sit here, that all my best friends are female. They are the ones who cover me. I always say they're my rapper. They're the ones I cry to. They're the ones who know the day I'm drinking Gary and the day I'm eating Chinese. And they're the ones who hold me up without expecting anything back in return. In every gender, there's good and there's bad.
100%.
I've had horrible females and horrible males. Yes. But my best friends are female. And if you look at a lot of very successful women, they actually have women beside them. Even check the Oprah we're talking about.
Yes,
Gail.
her best friend, yes, Gail.
And
they're always together.
They're always together. It is, I think it is a small-minded woman that feels that another woman is competition.
A threat, yeah.
It means she's not even grounded. She doesn't know who she is. Because your space cannot be replaced once you know it's your space. And I think we need to start singing that song. Your best friend really is a woman. She's the one who understands. She has her own pains. It is, like you said, trying to cover up what really you're going through and present to the world a persona that doesn't exist. Yeah. There's no perfect person.
Nobody.
I
mean, I can be rubbing your back and be going through my own.
Yes.
and that's what makes us human.
Yes, look at it. In the past few years, women have been the highest grossing,
in the movie, in the cinemas,
in this industry. Yeah. And they support each other, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They do. This one goes to this one's
movie premiere.
This one goes to, and they're supporting each other. So who says? Who says?
I think it's just a story that we've propagated.
And we need to cut that story because some people are believing it.
Yeah, you're right.
It does happen,
yes,
but that is not the story.
Yeah. In all cases.
In most cases.
Yeah, right. I like that you added that because that's the challenge that you hear a lot of young girls saying, Abego, I don't like women, their wala is too much. And who hasn't been burnt before?
Most of it is from India.
Yeah.
It's also an expectation.
Yeah. But it's an expectation based on what the media is also saying to a large extent. Yeah. So we've got to change that around. After listening to you, I even know you a little bit more than I think I did.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you learn? I'm surprised.
I told myself whilst you were talking that I want to be closer to you just by listening to you.
Really?
So yes. I said that to myself and I was going to say that to you after, but heck, we're telling the truth here, right? So I said to myself that I want to be close to you and close to the vision that you have for humanity. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so inspired by you. And I'm grateful that people like you started before us because you've created something for us to follow. Now, everything might not work for us 100%, but there's a level of excellence that you guys have created that we need to now walk in so that whatever we also bring can, plus our own knowledge and technology and all of that, add to that excellence and it just gets excellent.
Honestly, that is what it should be.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it's for you to know. I have an advantage over those who were there, but I need to tap from there
because there's plenty good.
Add my advantage to be an improvement.
Yes.
Because every time they create a new phone, they add more features.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
Exactly.
Every time they
when God
a new car,
a woman, He put the man to sleep and added more features and created us.
You understand me something?
So we're going to do two last things before we wrap up. One, I want you to, so I've been telling everybody to close their eyes, so I'll tell you to do the same. Close your eyes and take a deep breath for me and breathe out. Now it's 2040. And there's a young girl sitting down on any podcast anywhere in the world right now. She's telling us how because of Miss Agatha Amata, her life will never be the same again. What is she saying that you did that changed her life? What would you like her to say you did that changed her life?
I think I would like most for her to say that I helped her discover her power, her person, who she is, and know that there's no limit to what she can achieve.
Yes. Love it.
That's what it will be.
Nice. You can open your eyes now.
Thank
See?
you.
That was so nice. See, that girl is going to say it. And the last thing is, I want you to thank yourself. So I want you to pick 2-3 things that you're grateful for to yourself for doing. And I want you to hype yourself and thank yourself for it.
Okay. I've never given that thought.
I know.
Okay. So let me thank myself first for being strong, for weathering the storms that life has thrown at me and not letting it change who I am. let me thank myself for raising 2 amazing children and for just being me.
Yeah.
For not allowing myself be moved by the things I see and knowing that the future is always going to be better. Yeah.
See, I like where you went to there. You went inside. Thank you so much, so much for your honesty, for your truth, for your bravery, for your boldness, for your humanity. And also, I mean, I know that we like strong, but also your softness. Because if there wasn't that side of you, some of the things that you are doing, you won't be doing them at all. You only be thinking about yourself. So thank you for that mission that you accepted, you know, and for walking in it every day and being a living testament to the fact that humanity does exist and human beings are meant to be human beings with all the flaws and everything.
Yeah.
And you're still happy being who you are.
Yep.
And to your amazing children, thank you for being amazing children.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I had fun.
Thank you. So,
and I didn't plan to say a lot of what I said, but I mean, we're just.
You see, that's why I don't tell anybody before they come here. We just sit down and we vibe.
It was good gist.
Thank you. For everybody out there who's listening, women in the creative industry, you're not alone. And your story is not just your story. It's for us all to learn from. All the things that have happened in your life was because maybe you could impact someone else's life by the things that have happened to you. Our guest today showed that it's okay to wing things, have an idea, get up, speak to people, and somehow the universe just aligns with you and all the resources and the people and the money you need then show up. And then you start to build something from there. Not that you have to wait until everything is together. So I want to say that she first believed and then she saw. Don't be the kind of person that say, until I see, I will not believe. I really want you to watch this episode again and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel and just keep the stories going and the conversations going, because that's really why we're here. And if you're a woman in the film and media and the TV industry who's looking for a community of women who can support you, send us a DM. We would love to have you as one of us. And then you also probably will be on the chair one of these episodes. Everybody's welcome here. And we're one big happy family. My name is Adiola Kingsley James. Thank you for watching the Green Room Diaries. Mwah.